All right, hopefully you guys can hear me. I don't know why my audio is not working for that countdown. Awful. All right, anyways, good to see you guys. Real quick disclaimer here. Now, this is going to be a rip down of the ceiling cat coin. I don't have anything against this coin. I mean, I guess kind of I do now that we found out there's a virus inside of it. So just the fact that it's there sucks, right? We didn't expect to find that, but there is going to be some explanation towards it. This is just for our own safety. This isn't for any reason. I have nothing against them, again, like I said, or any other crypto coins for that matter. So without further ado, let's bring in my man Yeti and kind of find out what the hell is going on. And I'm gonna be pissed if we can't hear you, Yeti. So hopefully I can hear you. What's going on, buddy?
How you doing?
Good.
Can you hear me okay?
All right, everybody can hear you okay. All right, I'm gonna turn down the music just so we can, hear what's going on. So I want you to explain everything about this coin. So without further ado, quick, I want to show you guys where this coin is located, show the site and all that stuff. So let me add this to the stream. So over here, mining pool stats.stream, ceiling cat coin. Okay, it's 41 days old. This is 9th on the new coins list of new POW coins. Again, the reason I wanted to do this was to make sure we were safe with all of these new coins that just keep popping up out of nowhere. I feel like there's a new coin every other day. So yeah, it has to be done to make sure we're all safe. So let's check this out as well. This is the website, which is whatever. I don't know. I haven't really looked through it, to be honest, but it's I don't know. It seems kind of sketchy, or just kind of, I don't know. It's just weird, I guess, cartoony, right? Doesn't really matter. But the thing that got me was kind of cliche or ironic. Ceiling cat coin is watching you right here on their Twitter. And yeah, I guess Yeti, why don't you take it away and let us know what you found while scanning this?
Well, to say the least, I wasn't quite expecting the output that we saw. So first off, I was expecting it to be, normal run of the mill. Oh, it's a kapow algo, couple of leftover bits of code and stuff like that. And yeah, this one flagged up probably worse than Pepe, which is, I thought Pepe might have been the worst one that we ever see.
Right.
But maybe not.
Well, let's pull this up. So this is the initial, I guess you can explain this. This is a malware scan, right? Is that what happened?
Yeah. So this is a basic one that runs through like 70 odd different antiviruses, and it will look for similarities to viruses it's scanned before or ones that are already in its database. Now,
okay.
So I hit on this. This is the same one that Pepe had, by the way, this malware here.
Okay.
So initially I'm like, okay, right. So now I need to dig deeper.
Well, it seemed
deeper.
to be the same one as Pepe, right? But it was actually entirely different internally, right?
Yeah, the 30983 susgen malware is quite broad. So it encompasses probably 20 different ways this malware can work. So even though it's got similarities, that's just probably code base that's used in the malware. It's just shared, shall we say. So that's what's picked it up. Now, for me, normally, we're looking through the code. We're trying to match up what the behavior is to what we're seeing in the code, right?
Hey, Eddie, can you turn your mic towards you, I think?
Is it too far away?
Yeah, someone was asking if I could turn you up, but I can't. So
1 second then.
Yeah, it's on yours. It's not that quiet, to be honest. But I just want to make sure.
Trying to work out this upside down is really hard work.
No, you're totally fine. Real quick before he continues, so the reason we're only doing ceiling cat coin today, I didn't want to mix in any coins that didn't have any viruses, in our weekly audit thing. So I think tomorrow morning Yeti's gonna come on and we're gonna do the other two coins we planned on doing today. I'm not gonna name them, but just in general, I felt like it was kind of putting those coins in a bad light if we did it today at the same time. So, yeah. All right, didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, Yeti.
No. We both, just on that as well, we both agreed that it wouldn't be fair to, bundle these other ones in with the bad, shall we say? Because that could paint them in a wrong light. And yeah, like I say, we didn't want that. So,
right.
But getting back to this threw up a few red flags, right? Because you could have shared code that would be considered malware on certain scans, but is not actually malware. It's utilizing some of the code to do something else. And because it's similar, it can be flagged, right? So just because this always will flag doesn't necessarily. So my next step is to throw this in a RAM debugger, right? So what it does is it will load the program directly in a VM in active RAM, and my program that I've got access to with Intesa, who were very kind enough to give me an account to use, which is awesome, I might add. They basically take your file, drop it into like a specially custom VM, and they can read what the machine is doing at all times, everything. So we can rip it apart layer by layer. And what it started showing me was actually quite an interesting take on a piece of malware, because it uses actually legitimate pieces of software to do what it wants to do. And that's quite sneaky.
Right.
So now, for anyone who doesn't know what the malware does, here's a very brief description of what the malware does. Obviously, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments. Like we're watching the live comments, so if anyone does have questions, please feel free to reach out. But all these notes, just to let you know, will be available on the audit website.
Yeah, we have so it's yeti.uk, I believe, for the website, and I'll put it in the live chat in a minute. So the Trojan malware, it says what is that? SusGenCan? Is that what it says?
Yeah, so it can basically access confidential information, slow down a computer, cause bugs and crashes on Windows style. A new trend of malware. So it manipulates important system files and causes havoc.
So now I guess just like kind of dumb it down for people, right? So like this was when it came to downloading the wallet, correct?
Yes. So this is only the wallet. This does not mean that the crypto itself is terrible. It just or dangerous to mine. It just means this version of the Qt wallet I wouldn't personally run. Now you can probably see it's running on the taskbar. This isn't my PC. It's on a isolated VM.
Right.
You know, in a completely different data center to where I live, in a different country. So I couldn't be any more disassociated with it if I tried.
And then he's remoting into me, so it's literally zero connections.
Yeah, exactly.
So all right, so I guess let's get into like how does it, all right, so how do they get access to your stuff? So kind of run me through.
So let's bring up the actual analysis of what this actually does. And so I should be able to bring up, here we go. So this is a complete network flow of what the software does step by step. Now, normally I don't actually break this down as much as this, but this is actually going to need this to explain how this like piece of malware works. And given that it's quite sophisticated in the way that it does it, I would not want anyone to not understand how this works. So first off, the Qt wallet will do just like an ordinary Qt wallet does. Loads up, connects to the blockchain, connects to the nodes, starts synchronizing. That's not where the problem is. It's actually in the initialization phase. So the initialization phase is the small gap between the app being double clicked and the app actually appearing on your screen. That little bit of time that it takes to start up is the initialization area where, you know, if you wanted to, you could inject a payload to run without Windows effectively seeing it. Now, what I found is this. So it sets a registry key, right? Which is
Can you zoom in a
with
little
Qt
bit?
wallets.
I don't know if hopefully you guys can see this, but I'm trying to.
I hope you guys can. This is about as much as I can zoom in.
That's fine. No, let me see if I can make it a bit bigger. There we go. I think that's a little better.
So this is fine. This is fine. This is just connecting out to 443 to validate what its IP address and such is for UPnP to connect to and so forth. This next line is what freaked the system out to go nuts about malware.
Okay.
Now, There is no need for a Qt wallet to ever download Google Chrome. None. Right?
Interesting.
None at all.
I didn't know
So
that. Okay.
my logical sense is, well, why is it downloading Chrome? Right? Why? So back over to my TTP to have a look at the actual what it's doing, and here it is. Performs some HTTP requests. Now I'm gonna have to slightly go down a bit. Here we go. And if I highlight that, it might be a little bit easier to read. Although I might be able to get it to zoom in a bit more.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
There we go. Right. So this is going to be the bit that's technical, and I can't quite dumb down to any other technical level, unfortunately. So Chrome can be installed silently, right? Meaning that you don't see it. Chrome has also some what's called installer switches. So you know when you tag on the end -- and then a parameter on your mining, for example, right?
Yep.
Well, you can do that with applications, especially installers, right? And Chrome offers lots of these installer backend stuff, which allows like network admins like myself to distribute Google Chrome over thousands of machines without anyone having to know about it. It's great for network admins. It's also great for, malware to basically run in the background without you seeing. Now, this is where it gets a bit sophisticated. This is a legitimate download. This is a legitimate Google Chrome version 102.05005, right? Build 61. Right? So that's a legitimate Google Chrome download. Now, where it gets a bit funky is this.
MIP equals, and then the IP?
Yeah. So, when you go to a website and it's a bit, dodge or suspect, you'll get a big warning sign come up on your screen on your Google Chrome saying, this site's been flagged as malicious. We recommend you don't go to it. It basically stops you from going there, right?
Right.
Now, that's a MIP service that actually processes that data, stores it, and then can tell each browser whether or not it's legit or not, right? It's a certain level of literally a communication of the domain. Is it safe? Yes or no? If it's no, it flashes up the warning. If it's yes, it lets you through. It's fine. So what if you change the MIP address to go to a malicious site that then says every site, regardless of what site it is clean?
Oh, so it's basically like masking. Yeah.
You basically bypass all of Chrome's security features from the scratch.
So they wiped out the Chrome security features on this initial download.
Yeah. Now, I can only think of one reason to do it this way, right? And it took me a while to figure out a scenario where I would do this myself, right? Put the old black cap back on, think about what way to do, right? Now, Google Chrome has something called Google Chrome Remote Desktoping. It's a plugin that you can install, right? And it allows anyone that's got Google Chrome to control your PC, like a remote desktop program, like VNC, like TeamViewer, AnyDesk, like all of them, right? Now, by hijacking the MIP, you could effectively tell it silently to go and install that Google Chrome extension hidden, which means then you don't see it.
Right.
But would then connect to the opposing machine's infrastructure, and they would have complete control over your device at that point.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
That's probably, theoretical, right? I've got to take it from where the MIP gives me. I can't see anything else past that, but I'm just theorizing that would be the logical way that I would approach it.
What else would be the reason to put that in there? To bypass
there is no reason to put Google Chrome into a Qt wallet at all. Qt doesn't require Chrome. Nothing, no Qt wallet does.
Right.
And why would it ask you to download an update version instead of the base version of Google Chrome? What I did was, I thought maybe this would be sensible, right? So I reached out to a Google representative that we have dealings with at work.
Okay.
Right? Now, probably shouldn't do that that way, but I considered this kind of important that we got them the information. So I was able to get a contact in Google. I sent them all my documentation, and this happened.
Got it taken down.
So it's no
Oh, yeah.
longer active. That file is no longer active. So there will be no downloading of a bad Google Chrome to anyone's PC further again, thus almost eliminating the malware.
So how does that work? Like, does that affect downloading the wallet itself? Like,
No.
Okay.
No, it doesn't
Huh.
affect even the use of the wallet, because every time you load up the wallet, it's going to try and download that URL, which basically doesn't exist anymore. So it ignores it.
Okay.
So anyone who's obviously been already done with this would have to look into it, run some virus scanning, run some anti-malware, and get their system cleaned. I'd probably be wiping my PC at that point.
Right.
I'd be backing everything up and trashing Windows and re-putting it on.
Well, before everybody freaks out,
on,
can't you? So what did you say earlier to me? You said you could delete Chrome entirely from your PC.
yes, yeah, because it is effectively hijacking Google Chrome. A full Chrome uninstall and reinstall from the official sources should actually fix it. A periodic update, though, will not fix it, because it will still hold the MIP record that was installed at the time. It will just update the version without the MIP data.
Okay.
So the best way would be a complete uninstall of Chrome and then reinstall it. That will clean out the problem with the MIP, and then it will reinstall with the legitimate MIP for Microsoft and Google services.
Damn. Well, that's good.
Yeah,
At least they could do that. But that's.
I mean, it's
insane.
pretty cheeky, like, to do it that way. And I didn't even think about something like that myself until seeing it. Like, it's quite a sophisticated approach, because you wouldn't see anything. You'd just assume Google Chrome's updating.
Hmm.
And then
yeah, that's a good point. Because I mean, I wouldn't have known that. Like, as just a normal, just downloading the wallet. Like, okay, Google's got to update. All right. Like, why would you expect it to be anything else?
Chadwick Racing actually says that, could you clean the registry keys for the policy? No. It's a lot. Well, technically you could. It requires cleaning up the Chrome preferences file, which is a ball ache to actually find. But if you go to where the app data is for Google Chrome and trash the Google Chrome config, which will screw all your saved passwords and everything, yes, it will clean it. But effectively, it's like resetting Chrome back to default. So at that point, you may as well just uninstall it and reinstall it.
And then when I was going to make the thumbnail and I saw this, when I was looking for their Twitter, I wanted to see if they had one so I could tag them in it.
Honestly, when I saw it myself, I just
laughed. I was like, man, that's kind of ironic that you'd find something that malicious inside the download, and then they have this as a slogan, is watching you.
I know, right?
That's so awkward, and just like, it had to be planned. There's no way that's not. There's no way.
And you've seen me rip apart code, right? And say, oh, this is leftover code. It's not linked to anything. It's just, devs forgotten to take out a piece of debugging line. This would be malicious because it's packed, right? So I was explaining what packed means to you earlier, wasn't I?
Yeah.
So at the time of compiling, think of it like a zip file. You put it all in, and it compresses it down into a smaller one file, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same principle with compiling. You take all your configuration files for your application, and then you compile it into a single blown application. Yeah.
Yep.
At that point, you can actually embed other things that are not part of the source code to run when it's ran for the first time or every time. And so that's where the terminology packed comes into play. You often see it on virus scanning programs. It says, oh, it's a packed up program. Well, of course, it's compiled. But yeah, packing a piece of software can involve other things being ran as well, which it just winds me up. Like, there's no need for it. I don't see what their benefit is.
Well, the only thing I would think is they're just, if if it was malicious trying to get into your PC. I mean, there's no way around it. It had to be malicious. But just the
Yeah.
fact of them being able to remote desktop into your PC, the
a scary
odds of
thought,
them
right?
getting like, I guess anything, bank account info, that like you could get anything at
Yep.
that point. Because I mean, if
Yep.
you're not, if you don't have a dedicated computer for your crypto stuff, then it's pretty much your whole life, right?
Yeah.
That someone's
It's one of
getting.
the
So
reasons why I'm super paranoid and all my wallets end up being on, VMs.
right.
And I won't use things like Chrome extension wallets. I won't
Oh
use
god.
MetaMask. I refuse to use it.
Yeah, it's
I've
terrifying.
refused to mine stuff because it's only available on MetaMask,
That's
just
how I am.
because the hassle with it.
Mhm. Same
Like,
thing.
me
Even
and Mad Electron have had hours of conversation over MetaMask wallets.
right. Right. It's
So,
so like Caspa, for example, right? I wouldn't mind it until it came to Zelcore, just because I don't know. I don't mind core wallets, but man, like when it gets into all these other type of sketchy wallets, like, I'll wait to make sure something's legit. But I guess that's kind of what really kicked this off, was like, hey, we need to make sure this is safe. And
yeah.
it's just, this exact reason. Can you show that screen again, Yeti, the virus thing
Sure.
that you found? So let me just pop this up again. So that's what's an MIP stand for? Do you know the
I even
term?
wrote it down in the notes. Look at this. So
Yeah, let's go through anything you have here, maybe, if you have
there
anything
we
you
go.
haven't talked
So
about.
the MIP protocol, Microsoft Information Protection, and sends an MIP address based on an ExpressVPN service. And then I broke down all the IPs that it connects to, what it does.
So those are
And
all
then
the
there was
official Google
this.
IPs?
Yeah, so these are official Google ones, right? Name servers, DNS backlookups, fine. So this is the one that bothers me, right? It's run by RIPE. That's just the organization that holds the IP range. That doesn't necessarily mean it's their IP. They actually are a regional internet registrar. So like you go to them, buy IP blocks, they rent you IP blocks. It's just for IP leasing. But when I backtracked it, this came out to Amsterdam. Now, I reached out to Google. They do not have an MIP service available in the Netherlands. The nearest one is in Belgium. So this, I think, is the one that's causing the problem, and where it would be trying to connect out to afterwards. So I'm trying to do a little bit more digging around that IP to see if there's anything else that's been flagged on that IP. But, IPs can be changed. IPs can be, VPN services that are being routed. It's very difficult to trace back IPs themselves. So,
Right.
but I did still test the wallet. So it looks like the original, what it was running, which is script, it's now running Kapow, which again is wrong on their website. It looks like the Qt wallet is built from Litecoin.
Okay.
So
Can you show us that wallet? Can you open that? You have a tab right there,
yep.
right?
So I mean, it looks like they've done a fair bit of work on it.
It looks nice. It's not
Right.
bad.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
But if they're sophisticated when it comes
yeah,
to
you would.
coding, they
Here's
should
me
be able
again,
to do
right?
something like that. Yeah.
It's me again, looking at it, going, well, the best way to hide a virus is in plain sight.
Hmm.
So you give somebody a legitimate piece of software that looks the part,
Yeah.
and you hide it behind the scenes.
That's
Because
messed up.
nobody looks in plain sight.
I
That's
feel
the problem.
Panda said, I feel like Yeti is hacking me while I watch this. And Condibits wants me to say allegedly. Yes, I can say that. For whatever reason. Let's see. Chadwick says you must put in mitigation controls into place and it's all safe. Yeah, you're talking about like a VM? I'm assuming that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, technically, yeah. If you put it in a completely isolated environment, nothing else on it, and it's a Windows machine VM that you don't care about and it can be trashed, as long as you back up the seed phrases and stuff like that, then yes, it technically would be safe.
But the only thing I would think, right, is the even if it's on a VM and that whole thing
you're going to
happened,
get access to the VM though.
Yeah, they could still get in there and still get into your wallet, this wallet, and take the coins if they wanted to, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
theoretically.
absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
there's only so much you can do if there's like a, I mean, this is kind of, again, like you said, sophisticated virus or malware that's
Oh, for sure.
built in, and there's, you know, I don't know if they have access to it, they're just going to get the crypto, I mean, out of this wallet if it becomes anything at some point. I
So
to be honest, I
something
doubt
else
it,
that
but
was quite intriguing was this. Now, so
Sudacoin.
I can't tell whether or not this is just a fork of Sudacoin or whether it's the actual Sudacoin.
If it's the actual
But
what? Sorry, you broke up.
if you look at this, so Sudacoin,
Mhm.
right, was a crypto that failed. I believe it was actually a rug pull
I never heard of it. Was it really? I never heard of it.
a long while ago.
I'm gonna look
Panda
it up.
might remember this Sudacoin. If
Panda, do you remember?
he's been in a while,
Sudacoin. Let me look it up.
but
See if I can find anything.
it's pretty old. My question is, like, if it's the original dev, then I believe that was already rug pulled. Sudocoin doesn't exist anymore, neither does the website.
Where did you get that? So how did you get that? Is this
From the
referencing?
when I was digging around in the source code and in the breakdown on this analyzer, right? All of the so you can see here, look, it analyzes what it does, where it does, and here we go.
Oh, it says it
Let me
right
try and
there.
zoom in on that. Hang on.
Sneaky little shits.
There you go.
Huh. Let's see, Yeti, please don't ask me dated questions. That could like me too said rug pulls. Oh, Panda, it's all alleged, all right?
Almost ended up with Coca-Cola getting spat all over my PC then. Thanks, Panda.
Spat. Like I say spit.
Oh,
It's like spat all over my PC.
yeah.
Oh, that's great. Fork of a fork of a fork of a fork, says Chad Wicks. Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
That's crazy. I'm gonna say I
Yeah.
want to see if I can find anything on it. I've never heard of Sudacoin. Has anybody here in the chat? Put a 1 in the chat if you have, and just you don't have to say anything if you haven't. I see Sudan. Is that the same thing? Sudan gold coin? Or is it different? Repository wallet. Oh, you're on the GitHub? Okay. What the hell? I just Googled that and is that the yeah, it just says Sudacoin. Why I'm getting friggin' Sudan. Nothing's coming up on my end. All right, so where
And you can see here, so this is like according to this a light. So what I think is actually this is what their script version was originally built from. And now they've upgraded to Kapow. This is technically just a name left over that maybe they've got it in the folder compiled for.
But why would it be in there? Like at all?
That's a very good point. Like, does that mean that the dev of Ceiling Cat Coin actually the dev of Sudacoin as well?
Scumbags. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. If that's the case, then that sucks.
Do a job.
Can
Let's at least do it right. You know, hide at least where you're coming from.
Can you all right, is there a way to see it when this failed? Like, can you find anything else out from this site? Like, when was the last update? Where
So the
did it
last
come
update
from?
was actually 3 months ago.
Oh shit.
But like
When
they
did
haven't published. If you go on MineImpulse stats, they're not listed. So this could just be a staging area for them trialing some new bits for all I know. But literally there's nothing. There's nothing on this. And so this is what sort of led me to think, well, you know, I don't quite understand what it says still under progress. So did they originally start as one token and split? Could be another option. Two devs that were building its Fallout. One goes one direction, one goes the other.
Maybe.
That could be quite, you know, it's one of those things we probably will never know. But I've watched like a few of these sort of projects pop up on GitHub. They pop up and disappear as fast as they go on, to be fair.
That's strange.
But it's weird because when I was looking this up on my side of the pond rather than from the French VM, like the results were slightly different. I was actually seeing an old Suda coin on Bitcoin Talk forums. So I don't know
I was
whether
just
this is
on
just
that.
a rehash.
Oh, sorry, I was on local Bitcoin. This one right
Oh,
here.
okay.
This is what I just landed on. This thing. But like literally nothing comes up when I type pseudocoin. Maybe this
Yeah.
one. Yeah, this is the one you were on, right? I assume.
You got one below that. There was as well, Suda coin.
Yeah, what's this coin stat or cute stat?
Bitcoin.
What the hell's that?
Yeah, look.
Cryptocurrency.
Sudacoin.com is 5 years, 2 months old.
Huh.
There you go.
But it's not around anywhere.
No. So it could just be that one that I found on GitHub is potentially somebody trialing to repair what was wrong with it and bring it back. I have no idea. Or could just be that they picked the same name. We've seen that plenty of times, right? Where they just pick a random name and it, lo and behold, it's a dead crypto name.
Yeah, I think that's kind of, I don't know. That'd be a real shot in the dark, right?
Sure.
I feel like. What else do you have in your notes there? I guess is there anything else that we should talk about or go over?
So
and we can kind of recap at the end too.
Yeah. So obviously, I've got my normal things that I put in here. There's absolutely no white paper. A roadmap is certainly not a white paper. Look, this is where is it here? So let's go to ceiling cat crypto. Here we go. So let me just pull this out a minute. Is it going to actually even work? Oh, there we go. Their website's really laggy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, really laggy.
They're hacking us as we speak.
Well, I did kind of run a malware QT wallet. I'm surprised it's not dead. But look, so this is what I was talking about. Look, so let me zoom in a minute. When it actually catches up. There we go.
I wonder if it is affecting your PC right now. Or the VM.
Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, it's file still synchronizing.
I got you.
Big blockchain.
Yeah, spoiler alert, we're doing Veil tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to do them dirty like that and bring them into a freaking virus-ridden coin video.
No.
So I couldn't
so
do
you
it.
can see here, look, this originally said it was script. It's now Kapow.
Yeah, it still says script, yeah.
The max supply is still the same. The obscene level of pre-mine is still the same.
Holy shit, pre-mined? 250,000. That's insanity.
250 million of 5
250 million.
supply. So what's that? 5%? Something like that?
Yeah, that's about 5% of the coins, I think, right?
Yeah.
I was trying to do the math in my head. Man, reward 2,500 per block. Block time 60 seconds. But I mean, all right, so again, as we always advocate, right? Like if you're going to go, and mine this coin, just mine it to an exchange, man. That way you guys are safe.
The only exchange I wouldn't suggest, apparently the fees for that pool, for that exchange are very high.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
TXBit, I heard, is all right. I don't know about Safe Trade. Never used it.
I've never used Safe Trade.
Never
I've used TXBit. I've used TXBit. They're not bad. The fees aren't too bad, but the first one, apparently the fees are quite drastic.
Interesting.
So
yeah, so I mean that'll save you some shit anyways if you guys just mined the exchange instead of mining to your your PC, where you could potentially download a virus if you don't know, or if we haven't covered a coin yet. Probably best to just go to the exchange, at least in my opinion.
MCW says that exchange is not expensive. Okay, because I saw a message put out in a Discord about their fees being quite high at the time. Now I've never used them personally. I'm only relaying what I saw, but there was a message that went out yesterday about one of the listings that I sit on. Their listing was rejected, so they asked me to come in because they were saying that there was some problems with their internal audits. So I popped in, and yeah, the breakdown of all the trading fees were seemed quite extreme compared to some others that I've used. So obviously it might move around. It could be dynamic, a bit like, gas prices.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, could run off
So,
fees like that.
I mean, sometimes fees can be crazy on anything, to be fair. But I've never used them personally, so I try and stick to the ones that are covered for me over here, really.
What is the price of Ceiling Cat coin? Do we even know?
I have no idea,
And is there
actually.
anything else on your notes that we haven't covered also?
Let's have a look.
Let me just bring that up. I'm gonna look to see if I can find a price on this shit.
Not really. I mean, the Wireshark tests, I mean, they all just showed all the RPC connections to nodes. But that's the thing. If you ran a scan on this after the initial load, this thing would pass. This thing would pass. It's
So
that initial load
explain that
phase.
again.
So technically, it's not malware software that you're running at that point. It's legitimate Chrome software, just with a bypass tool to basically disable the internal security measures on it. So think of Chrome, but without all the nice security features it comes with.
Okay.
So at that point, you'd be using it'd be like using Internet Explorer 8. Zero security. It's just a basic browser that can surf the web.
Gotcha.
Scary to think that, so many people rely on that service to block a website that's bad. Yet, what if you turned that service off? Would anyone even know? Because you just expect it to work, right?
I would, yeah. I mean, as like a normal person, yeah. Looks like this coin is what, 5/10 of a penny, or
Somewhere around that.
I don't even know.
Yeah, that's
I don't
5
know.
pence.
It's five decimal points back, and it's a 2, so whatever. 4 zeros and a 2.
It's not like it has a lot of volume either.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't see this coin being anything huge, but I mean, if it's really just to get into the back end of your PC, then yeah, I understand. The whole point of it. All right, so I guess, can you show that virus scan page again?
Yep, sure. I was just laughing at the rude put comment in the chat.
Yeti, and now you show everyone.
Now I should show everyone how to. No. That would be bad. That would be extremely bad.
Oh boy. Yeah, please don't do that. So we have the all right, so I guess for anybody that's just joining,
by the way, this is how it works out what's active RAM. So this takes a snapshot every couple of minutes.
Okay.
And because obviously it's not been set up, it's just going to sit on that screen. That's fine, because it leaves it long enough that any code that's delayed launched would have already run. So this waits like almost 10 minutes of scanning before you get the results. So this is like deep memory training and such. I've also sent off this to Intesa, the analysis company that I use for deep memory scanning. And they're going to add it to their existing record of virus files.
Oh, what, the Google IP thing that you?
No, for Intesa. So Intesa bolts into a lot of antivirus software.
Okay.
So if they log it as a piece of malware, most antiviruses
it'll
will
pick it up.
block it as malware.
I got you. Okay, never mind. I thought you were going a different way with that. I got you. That makes sense. Yeah, because the way antiviruses or antiviruses work, right? They work off of other people finding that virus previously, right?
Correct.
Which is kind
or
of tough.
People like myself submitting them.
Weird. Okay, it's kind of strange, right? Because you'd hope it would just pick up everything, but I mean that makes total sense. You need the viruses to be like, I guess reviewed by somebody. Somebody has to find them, and I'm sure one guy that's running the program or the team over there can't do all of them, so it makes sense.
Bacon Eggs and Hash says, Yeti, I found malware in Surfshark installer on the latest update. That would be Surfshark VPN, by the way, for anyone doesn't know what Surfshark is.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's a bit worrisome that a VPN company is in like having malware on it. Now, is it malware because it's detecting the way that its entry and exit point is working on Surfshark? Because obviously that could trigger a false positive as malware. That's some of the hardest bits to diagnose whether malware is technically a false positive or not.
Well, I mean,
Because
we had that with the new Pepe wallet, right? The malware was
correct,
false positive, but it said
correct,
Bitcoin, right?
yeah,
So that like
yeah.
showed us what was wrong, but it, we knew it was false positives. Obviously, it was just because of cryptocurrency ties.
Yeah, well, you think if you're running this sort of service as a business, the last thing you want on your network is probably anything to do with Bitcoin, because somebody's chewing your internet and your electric to run probably a miner or something, right?
Right.
Like we saw with that school where they'd locked them all up in the attic space of that school, and they were running all ASICS up in that top of the top of the loft of the school,
Right, and the
like,
coolers or whatever.
just crazy.
The one you talking about, the one that watched Panda's video and did a bunch of coolers with ASICs in them?
Yeah, exactly.
Just kidding, Panda. But it was so funny when we look back when I did that during one of the mornings when it was actually the news piece, and I scrolled back and it landed right to be when Panda did his video in the cooler. Oh my god, that was the best stream ever. It was so funny.
Oh yeah.
I was like, Panda, this is all your fault. Imagine if he had red Panda mining stickers all over the coolers. Would have been
Oh
epic.
my god, could you imagine
Absolutely
like Panda
epic.
just sent him some free merch or something and they're all stamped all up the side of his miners? That'd be terrible.
I would have died. It would have been so funny.
Oh yeah.
Real quick, guys, for anybody that's just joining. So stealing cat coin, be careful. Don't download the wallet.
Well,
I would not.
While we're now
actually
on that subject, what I can do is finally mark this properly.
Allow it. Real quick, Yeti. So I guess they can download it now, right? That Google directory's gone. Is that
technically yes? Because I trashed the way that the mechanism. But here's the problem: they could easily use another version of Google Chrome to do the same. However, they can't go too far because the way MIP is done now in version 110 as opposed to 102 is different. It's actually encrypted now, which is why they're using 102, because MIP was unencrypted at that point.
Right. Makes sense. Mr. Patrick Murphy said, why would you though? Yeah, good point. I mean, I wouldn't. I'm not going to even go anywhere near this. I'm not going to go anywhere near this. If you're going to mine it, again, mine to an exchange. I wouldn't plan on downloading anything, but at least we know it is somewhat safe now that you got that removed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's see. Did I beat Patrick Murphy on a website post? You did, Mr. Joker Miner.
So if you refresh that page now, you'll see that it's now changed.
Audited. Look at that. So yeah, Kyla Coin and Veal is going to be the next two we do.
Status it's now failed. The second one that has a failure, and I was quite shocked because realistically, I was expecting, you can see there that I've made a suggestion. If you're determined to run this, please only use a VM or mine directly to an exchange.
Yeah, no, perfect. And then this is everything you found. All right, so this is the virus total page. Like if you click on this, can you click on this? No. All right, so I gotta, if you highlight this, right, and bring it to a new tab, it should take you right to the virus total page, right?
Correct.
All right, perfect. Look at that. Nice. Nice. How'd you get nice? Oh, there it is, dark mode. Ah, okay. Fancy.
Much easier in dark mode.
But I like how it shows, I like how you can do that. You can go back and see everything.
Yeah. Now you've been asking maybe should we go that one extra step on the website and actually download the Intesa logs and everything like that and publish all of the findings. I mean, if people really want me to go that deep, I'm more than happy to publish everything we've got. I just assumed that most people would prefer it in a bite-sized format rather than 50 pages of data to scroll through.
Well, they can always come back and watch the videos need be,
Sure.
If there's obviously if another version comes out of this wallet, then we'll just check it out. But obviously if you guys, if you're, again, if you want to mine this, just mine to an exchange. But right here, you can click on the websites directly to these coins. So if you
If you
click on
actually
this one,
refresh now, you'll see the analysis video will actually have a YouTube link. It now says YT video
oh,
underneath
right
where it
here.
says analysis
Ah,
video, which
gotcha.
will
And then it
link
comes right here.
directly to this video.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. And that's pretty much how every coin is, right?
Correct.
Same
For
thing here.
everyone that has a YouTube video of an analysis, there is a direct link with it. So yeah, there's the other one that failed. The very first failure that we had.
Yep. That was version 2 of this wallet, and
Yep.
version 3
And then
seemed
version
fine.
03.
Just had issues.
Correct.
Yeah, so I mean, either way, guys, just be safe. That's really why we're doing this.
That's the whole reason why we started this thing in the first place, was because everyone was already coming to me going, this new coin's out. Can you do us a favor and just check it? That I thought I might as well make my findings sort of a bit more public, because it would actually help other people.
Right.
So I mean, we'll keep adding to this. We're not going to stop. We'll get through a fair chunk of these pretty quickly. 2 a week. We'll be getting through quite a few at this rate. And we've now also, like, mining software and potentially also hardware wallets. I'm just waiting for the hardware to turn up to be able to diagnose hardware wallets.
Right.
And attempt vulnerabilities on hardware wallets.
Right. And there's also a suggestion section.
Yep.
If you guys go to that, you can put in whatever coins you want us to check out. And yeah. Oh, there's so is this, what's all this right here actually?
So these are new ones that have been suggested. So you
Please.
notice on the hardware wallets, there's Ledger.
Yeah.
And somebody wanted, Retro Mike wanted me to do the game wallet.
What's the game
Obviously,
wallet?
you know full well the Retro Mike, look at it, is hilarious. It's basically somebody is building a Game Boy cartridge that will work generating your seed phrase as a miniature game.
I saw that. It actually looks pretty cool.
Awesome.
I'm not gonna lie. It looks pretty cool.
If they pull that off and it works flawlessly, it'll be one of the best ways to get people into, like, crypto, playing a game that makes you generate a seed phrase that takes you on a little quest to understand.
Wait, you gotta play a game? You have to legit play a game? I thought it was just a cartridge. You just put it in the Game Boy.
No, it's an actual game. They're coding up a whole, like, level of games with little miniature quests inside it.
That's messed up. That's messed up.
Brilliant. I love the idea of it.
Yeah, no, that's neat. That's neat, man. Hell yeah.
I think that's a great idea to get people involved in crypto, because you could literally teach somebody very basic crypto understanding by playing that game, by going and doing a quest and having to remember, a seed phrase. Take this seed phrase over to here, where you store it away like a cold wallet.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It's actually quite cool. So
that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Question for anybody in the chat: have you guys mined this or downloaded it? If you don't want to say it, you don't have to, but I'm just curious to know if anybody here has downloaded this.
Set up a poll. That way people can stay anonymous if they want to.
Yeah, let's do that.
Want to do it. But me personally, I'm not touching it. Like, if they can put that kind of level of sophistication into, putting something nasty in there, I don't want anything to do with it.
Well, I put heavy mind sealing catcoin, but you know what I mean. If you click yes, if you guys download the wallet. I don't know why I put heavy mind. But anyways, yeah, it's just I don't know. I just want to make sure you guys are good, because that's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's horrible to think of, right? That people completely unknowing would be able to have, potentially their whole machine compromised at that point.
Yeah.
Just by doing a simple thing like opening a Qt wallet file.
Well, if they can, I mean, so let me ask you, Eddie, right? So say somebody doesn't catch this video and they didn't delete the Google Chrome and reinstall it, like, from a real Google Chrome site. How, like, if they were on their computer, like, could they have already installed something else elsewhere?
Yes.
That's the issue.
Because if you was to basically hide load the remote desktop protocol, you could wait till that person's, you could sit there waiting for them to effectively leave their PC to idle, wait a couple of hours till they should be in bed, jump on their PC, install some more software without them knowing. You could empty all their their bank accounts if they've got sort of things like auto login enabled, or clean out
You didn't clear your
anything,
cache and shit.
any
You're
of
all
their.
passwords and shit.
It's just awful to even
Endless.
consider.
Yeah, that's terrible. Well, I mean, it
So
makes sense. As of right
I
now,
just want
39
people to be
votes.
safe. Like, I was having a laugh with Serpent the other day. I said, we're effectively, ridding all of those bad eggs. We'll get through them, because
Right,
they'll soon come to the surface. The more we audit.
right. I wonder
So
if Yeti, is there a way on the site? I'm just looking at this and I'm thinking, is there a way to put like a red square?
do you know what? I was thinking exactly the same thing.
Yeah, it makes sense, I think. Maybe, or just even the background red
Yeah,
instead
some
of,
sort of warning sign that it's
so
got a
you know
failure against it.
these two have issues. You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
this one, maybe we should do like a yellow flag and then like a red flag or something. Because like red flag, like complete failure, like this one, and then this one was like a previous failure with like a yellow
yeah,
flag, like just, you know
yeah.
what I
So
mean?
we need to, a yellow flag to say that it's had a previous failure,
Right,
but that doesn't mean that necessarily it's the current one. But if
right.
it's current, then it should go red. Yeah, I totally agree with you.
That way,
I'll add
like,
that.
you know, if you get into it and you're thinking about downloading the wallet, it's like, oh, you see a red flag, like, nope, stay away from it completely. If you see a yellow flag, like, hey, this version's good, but the last version sucks, so be careful. Like, that's
Exactly.
pretty much, I think it's a
Yeah,
good
we can add
idea.
that. That's no problem.
All right.
Not a problem at all.
Then maybe like a green one or something for all the good ones, or just leave them blank,
Yeah, I
whatever.
mean, I can do that. We can do a full like what you'd call a traffic light system.
Yeah,
So green to red.
yeah.
Sure.
Is it the same
Not a
colors over
problem.
there in the UK?
Yep.
All right.
Different in
I
France.
had no idea.
Different in France. Different in Japan.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
They don't have green. They have like it's more like teal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's actually easier when you're driving. Apparently.
Huh.
Weird.
Patrick Murphy said taste the rainbow.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so
Exactly.
let's see. All right, so we had 42 votes, 5% of people said yes. So
Alltrack had a comment that's quite actually interesting. He said, "Sad thing is, how many young or new miners are actually doing any research?" And that's a very valid point.
probably
How many
none.
people just throw up a miner, not understanding the dangers,
Mhm.
And it's very true.
See, and this sucks because it gives crypto a bad name. So it's like, you know, cryptocurrency in general isn't malicious. It's the assholes that decide to do all the coding and viruses and shit embedded into the codes, which, you
Yeah.
know, again, gives it a bad name. It's just not, it's not going to help out anybody. But like looking at all these coins, let me see. Let's go back. So all of the new proof of work coins, these ones, like, you know, half of these could be good, half of them are probably bad, but it's like
Yeah.
they pop up new
Out of
coins.
those, we've now done what? So we've done Ceiling Cat Coin, we've done Game Pass, Cryonic, and Pepe.
Yep. So 4.
So we've done a fair number of
We
those
should
new
probably
ones.
do
That's for sure.
Ironfish. I
I don't
think
think
Ironfish is
Ironfish
okay.
has a wallet that's QT wallet.
What do they
I
use?
believe you have to create the wallet via the node, or at least that's what Mad Electron did. I don't know if they've since rolled out an update.
I don't think
I
they did
haven't
actually listen to
I
Mining
haven't
Kings.
touched Ironfish since literally the first block.
Right.
And I saw how much hash rate was on it. I was like, no, thank you. I'll just go back to my normal what I was
Right.
doing.
Honestly, I don't think this will be like, I'm sure these people haven't shown their faces. Actually, we could see. Let's see if they have about community. No. Yeah, they ain't gonna show their faces. Hell no.
No, I almost dare them to respond to us and come on and have a chat with us.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see.
I almost dare them to. If they're watching this later on or watching it now, I would love for one of their devs to come online and have a chat with us.
I want to know what's up with the pseudocoin thing.
Yep.
If they
I
come on
also
and
want
talk
to know
about
what makes them embed a need for malware at all.
Right.
Like, it just makes no sense.
Yep.
But I very much doubt they will reach out to either of us and actually try.
Oh no, they won't.
Hell,
Absolutely not.
I'll give them absolute kudos if they do actually come on for a chat, but they better be prepared with a very good explanation for all of us as to why they feel the need for for malicious software running in the background.
Right. So what I want to try to do, Yeti, maybe we should get through these guys sooner than later.
Yeah.
Because
I
like
was
these are the
actually
ones I'm
looking at
really
that.
concerned with.
So I was looking at the Rebel coin one this morning. It's actually running now. I'm running the scan on it now.
And this Gopi coin, whatever the hell that is. Probably a
Yep.
good one to look at. But
yeah, I mean, I'm more than
yeah.
happy to go through them. Like, that's not a problem.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool. Oh, and by the way, anybody that has a D9, there's a way to get the D9 to mine Pepe Pile.
Because it's
it
effectively Dash.
It is Dash. You are correct. We got it to work. By we, I mean Iowa Crypto Mining. So all the credit goes to him and DJ, because DJ's D9 is with him. So he's like, DJ's like,
I said it looked like Dash, didn't I? I've seen Dash products so much now.
So DJ was like, he was like, so it's, well, Iowa Crypto Miner was like, so it's DJ's machine. He's like, I'm doing the work, and he's like, a chump gets video, perfect. I was like, dude, I'm like, do the video, please, if you want, go for it. So Iowa, if you're here, please do the video if you can, because then you can see. I mean, you can show everything. And it was Mr. Dupran. I want to make a small video about it, but I think he deserves to do the real video.
I don't think anyone else has got a video out on it, have they? Doing the.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. We just did it for a test. It was just a quick test.
Annihilate on hash rate using an ASIC on that.
They were not happy in the Discord. they were not happy. But yeah, whatever.
You probably would have 51%ed the.
Network, dude,
right?
Yeah.
I bet it was like 90% of the hash rate.
Oh, in like 2 seconds, it was great.
Yep. Mr. Man Electron knows all about that. He did that with his little Grostal miner. He picked up on Amazon for silly money, and then nobody could ever find one, and they were like making over $1 a day on like almost 15-year-old hardware. It was crazy. So and he was literally the 90% of the whole network.
I wish he sent me the link to the Discord when they were all like, I don't know, I'm not in their Discord, but when he was like, as soon as we mentioned like, hey guys, we're trying to get the D9 to work on the algo, and they're like, yeah, well, it should work. But then he was like, and then everybody started chiming up like, no ASICs, we don't want those, get the hell out of here, you're gonna ruin the hash rate. Oh, it's so funny. I'm like, that's great. And he's like, man, he just murdered it for like a couple hours just to make sure it worked.
That's hilarious, because even running that for a couple of hours would have absolutely hammered blocks.
Oh yeah, it was pretty bad.
Put it on solo mining and let it rip.
Yeah,
basically.
Go get it, Panda. What are you doing, it, Panda? Making a video, Panda? Stealing my ideas or our ideas again? Jeez.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Panda's got one. Yeah, I thought Panda had a D9.
My profit's quiet.
Crazy.
That's great. All right. Anyways,
Panda,
guys.
Don't you think you've had enough profits recently?
I know. What the hell, man?
What was that Casper miner making you a day? 800 something?
Yeah, it was like 1,000 at first, and now it's like 800 to 700 or something. Yep. Meme hash is Dash. Oh my God, Chadwick's Racing. Yes, you missed our video about Pepe Pow. Apparently, yeah, meme hash is a fork of Dash.
Yep.
So like all of the underlying stuff is there. So, you know, maybe Yeti, maybe we should talk about that in a video. I could show you what the results they had, and maybe we could just do a video together, because I don't want that to be a live stream.
Yeah.
We just ruined Pepe Pow. I'd feel terrible, but at the same time, it'd be funny. I wonder if they would have to change stuff, because it's really like, don't just name an algo. Don't steal an algo and name it something else and just leave it the same. Someone's gonna figure it out,
right? So you've got, you've got other ones that are forks of. So Bitcoin Cash, right? Still SHA-256, but it's got a few tweaks that is specific to Bitcoin Cash, right? Litecoin forked off of Bitcoin. They created the script algorithm as a completely new thing compared to Bitcoin. They wanted to distinguish themselves. And so, I'd look at ones that are just direct forks and go, well, you've obviously learned nothing then, because you haven't. All you've done is took one, copy pasted, changed the name. Yeah. So basically open up every file in that directory, find and replace. Oh, I want to just change the word Dash to, I don't know, Yeti, hit go, and there you go, Yeti coin. I've learned nothing about the coin, how to run it, how to understand what it does, or anything.
Right.
That doesn't benefit our industry and our community as a whole at all.
Not solving any problems, right?
No.
Crazy. Well, Yeti, you're awesome. I appreciate everything. This is
It's all right.
this was
Like
not
I say,
expected, but
I just want people to be safe.
I'm glad that it's caught. So stealing cat coin is a virus or malware or malicious intent of some sort. I'm not gonna say
It's
it's
the
a
second one to
scam.
fail.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's a scam because of the coin. The coin's not the issue. It's the
It's
QT
the
wallet download. So
Yeah.
just keep that in mind, people. It's not the coin. It's just the back end. But if you know the person that made the coin made the wallet, who knows where that's gonna go? Again, just trying to stay biased and devil's advocate. Who knows? You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, guys. I appreciate y'all for hanging out. Real quick, Crypto440 said, according to GitHub, Ironfish is working on an Electron-based application wallet.
Oh, I can do Electron. I can debug an Electron wallet. We did that with Radiant.
Okay, cool.
So
we do
I
that?
suspect good things if it's an Electron wallet, because the code base for Electron is super clean. One of the easiest ones to work with. I'm surprised more crypto groups don't actually utilize Electron, because it's
Really?
quicker. It doesn't need to synchronize an entire blockchain.
So much nicer.
It is so much quicker.
Dude,
So
synchronizing the whole blockchain's a pain in the balls,
yes, it
especially
is.
if it's a big blockchain. Man.
Yeah, like
You're
what, you mean like Whale? That thing's like
it's like, okay,
19 months old.
we'll be done in like 3 weeks. Check back in.
Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's it. All right, guys, love you all. We'll be back tomorrow morning. I'll be bringing Yeti on. We'll talk about Veal and Kyla coin. Anybody else that missed this whole virus thing, skip back to the beginning, check it out. If you have any questions, I'll put everything down in the description below, this virus total page and everything else Yeti gives me. And then go check out the website. It's pinned up above. Appreciate you guys. We'll catch you soon. Peace out.